Good afternoon, knife nerds. Today we are taking a look at the WE Minax 2007A model. And this knife has an overall length of 7.94 inches, a blade length of 3.44 inches, and a weight of 4.66 ounces. It has a CPM 20 CV blade steel and a titanium frame lock handle. And we're going to take a look here at the accessories just right quick. Standard WE pouch, standard WE goods. We've got some WE and Civivi stickers in there, which everybody loves a good sticker, and the cleaning cloth. And I have the skiff bearing bag in here with the original factory bearings in it. I did swap skiff bearings into this knife, and you can see the specs for the size of the skiff bearings that you would need to swap in this. It is a 5mm pivot, and those are the 5mm size bearings. Get that out of the way. Standard WE box, plain Jane. There's the badge. This is the antique bronze finish. And so on to the aesthetics of the knife here. We've got this pretty awesome looking PVD coated titanium, and in my experience, the PVD coating that WE Knives does is really durable. It holds up better than any titanium anodizing that I have seen or done myself. So I like that when they do that PVD coating, it's very durable and stands up to use and carry. So that's a good thing. And it's kind of just a sort of a tumbled black PVD coating, and they kind of hand rubbed the peaks around the edges of the knife and allowed the bronze anodizing to show through on that. So that's gives it some contrast and a little bit of an interesting look to it. And we have this amazing blade shape. I love the blade shape on this knife, and that's one of the biggest things that drew me to this knife. So we have this thumb ramp that drops down into a little minorly chamfered swedge there, and this slight, ever so slight recurve that goes into a deep belly that sweeps all the way up to the drop point tip here. And this, of course, functional Ferrum Forge style finger choil. This is designed by Ferrum Forge, as you can see their logo there. And we're going to check it out up close here. The pocket clip on this knife, I like it a lot. Just kind of a flat but curved style pocket clip. It's very functional. It does not snag on your pants because the clip is well past the lock bar relief cutout there. You've got plenty of space for even, relatively thick blue jeans to fit on there, so it's not hard to get in and out of your pocket. And so the clip's great. We've got that geared style back spacer there, titanium back spacer, moving around to the front, and no badging on the blade on the front. And then we have the infamous milling pattern that this knife is known for. Why do I mention that? Well, it's a little bit of a thing here. It kind of looks like a Johnson. Yep, it looks like a penis. So yeah, that's a thing. And I think a lot of people passed on this knife because of that little childish joke that everybody likes to make, including myself, about this knife design. So I think people, if you were on the fence about this knife and you didn't buy it because it looks like a Johnson, get past that, man. This knife is still available because of that one stupid thing. You can still buy it. And I would highly suggest, if you like quality knives, if you like WE, if you like Ferrum Forge, pick this up before they're all gone, because they're probably not going to come back. And so, yeah, we've got this weird milling pattern here with these lines, and and just the way that this is rounded, that's a thing. So anyways, I'm sure that everybody is aware of that, and it's been mentioned in lots of previous reviews before. So on to the action here. Yes, very much drop shutty. Guillotine drop shutty. Okay. Very nice detent. I'd put it at a 5 on the detent scale. Not hard, not soft, but very snappy. It works perfectly with the middle finger flick, and it works perfectly with the pretty low profile flipper tab. So as you can see, when I put my finger on that, that tab almost disappears because it is a low profile flipper tab. But it does have that jimping on there that is functional and keeps you from slipping off. And I keep bumping that blade against the stand here. Sorry about that. Anyways, great action. Absolutely beautiful. And, you know, I will say that I've owned several WE knives, and they're typically kind of known for having overly hard detents out of the box. This one was not like that for me. It's perfect. It's, you know, a soft detent, but not a weak detent. It's just right in that perfect zone where it's easy to deploy and still very, very, very much drop shutty. So action, absolutely no complaints there. It's perfect. Blade centering, bang on, very perfect. All the blade grinds perfectly even, nothing out of whack. Edge was even done decently. Not a perfect edge, of course, but factory edges almost never are. So there's that. And let's see. As far as aesthetics go, I think this knife it's very futuristic looking. It's very biomechanical. It's almost like something you would see in a sci-fi movie out of, you know, Aliens or Riddick or something like that. And I dig that. You know, I'm a little bit of a nerd, so I dig that. I like that sort of sci-fi fantasy style look while still maintaining functionality, you know, good materials, good build quality, all that stuff. It all kind of works on this package. As long as you can get past the penis milling on the scales, you're good to go. Get past that, because this knife is phenomenal. One thing I did want to mention, and I only have really one gripe with this knife, and that is the WE pivot. Okay, this is really, really overdone. WE has used this on so many models at this point. They've been using this pivot for years now, and it's lived past its life cycle. I think they need to get on and just do something different with this pivot. You know, make it look more like a pivot and less like a branding badge. And, you know, I understand it's a business. They want to put their branding on it. But I would be way happier with this knife if you had that little WE logo, just the little WE logo, stamped on the blade right there, opposite of the Ferrum Forge design logo, which is on the back. If they did that same style and size of logo that they did for Ferrum Forge, and they did that for WE, and they put it on this side of the blade, that would have been perfect in a different pivot, because this is getting played out. And I will say it categorically, both the WE and the Civivi pivot have outlived their usefulness at this point. You know, I would love to see the company start doing something different with that, because having that on 50 or 100 different knives, it starts to become bland, it starts to become boring, it starts to become redundant, and we are there. We are at that point where it is all of those things. And so that's my one gripe. The pivot is played out. Other than that, great action, great carry knife. I've carried it, I've used it, I've fidgeted with it endlessly, because it is a extremely fidget-friendly knife. And this is, of course, hard to do at my angle behind the camera here, but I mean, wow. Look at that action. So, you know, great knife. I highly recommend it. Get past the fact that it looks like a dong. Pick yourself one up. You can get one of these on White Mountain Knives. Let me see here. It's still available on White Mountain Knives for $263.50. It is expensive, but for everything that you're getting in this package, it's not expensive. It's a value knife for what you're getting. That CPM 20CV with that WE Knives heat treatment, they nail that heat treat. They really do. They get it so right every time. And so you're getting all those quality materials and the, you know, aesthetic work that WE is able to achieve. They are masters of CNC machining. They really are. And they get it right, you know. In fact, I think their level of CNC machining it's equal, if not extremely close to Riot knives. And so, you know, it's bold to say that, but WE is right up there with Riot as far as their machining capabilities and what they can do, you know, that level of perfection. So also on WMK White Mountain Knives, you can use their Sezzle feature and split that into 4 payments. So, you know, make it a little easier for the working man to swallow that $270 price tag by splitting it into 4 payments. And I love that about White Mountain Knives. They're a great company to deal with. They ship fast. Everything is always good with them. So go ahead and check that out on WMK or wherever you want to pick it up at, and get yourself a WE Minax. You guys have a good one until the next one. We'll see you later.